The recent decision of the Supreme Court of India that sent Ms. Sasigala and two others to jail is illegal and unconstitutional. In this connection, everyone must note the union government and the various state governments in India hand over the natural resources to the people, to some people. They amass a huge amount of money. What will they do with the money? They will invest the money all over the world. They would give a small amount to the IAS officers and political leaders. They would spend a small amount to maintain the present system. They spend a small amount for controlling public mind. When this is reported to the Supreme Court of India, the Chief Justice of India must take necessary action to prevent this. Instead, the Supreme Court of India is facilitating the conversion of the public resources into private resources. Further, bulk buying always involves big commission. When the government buys something in bulk, someone in some place would get commission. The Supreme Court of India ignores this. As a result, some people get commission even for imports, that too from foreign countries. This affects the people all over India. The contract work must be given in pieces. As far as possible, it must be given in pieces. But the government hands over the contract works in one go, and many ministers receive commission for this. The government, the Supreme Court of India, does not do anything to prevent this. The financial institutions should not buy the shares of the private companies or advance money to some people to buy the shares of the private companies. But they do spend a huge amount of money for buying the shares of private companies. Here, they selectively buy the shares of private companies. In order to compensate the losses, they extract money from the customers and from the people in the form of higher interest rates. There was a huge amount of money in the Provident Fund and Pension Fund. The government gave the money to some private parties. The yield from that account is not known to the people. In fact, the whereabouts of the money is not known to the people. Similarly, the government collects a huge amount of money for imports, for indiscriminate imports. This money does not appear in the union budget. What happens to this money is not known to any man in India. The Supreme Court of India must have directed the government to give a detailed account of this money to the people. But the Supreme Court has not taken any decision in this regard. The competitive examinations breed corruption. In fact, a teacher candidate has to pay 5 lakh to 10 lakh to secure a post. But the Supreme Court of India warned the people, warned the students all over India to clear certain examinations. It wants the people to believe that the examinations, that the All India examinations would be above corruption. The All India examinations are not like GRE examination. People suspect corruption in this matter, but the Supreme Court of India persists with this policy. In this connection, it must be noted that the mark obtained by a candidate in an examination cannot be the sole index of his intelligence. Supreme Court is not ready to accept this. If the senior judges of the Supreme Court of India are free to select judges, naturally they would select the candidates known to them as judges. If the Supreme Court of India wants to frame some rules for selection of judges, it must allow a competent body to select judges following that rules in order to make the selection an impersonal one. But the Supreme Court of India is not ready to listen to this matter. Thus, the Supreme Court of India refuses to prevent acts of corruption. Hundreds of letters in this regard go in vain. In fact, the present man, I have written 543 letters in over 15 years to the Supreme Court of India. It has not taken appropriate decision over many points. If it cannot take necessary action, it must at least allow the people to know the contents of the letters. It must be ready to ask at least one simple question to the media houses. Why do you not reveal the views of or the views present in these letters, the points present in the letters to the people? The Supreme Court of India is not ready to ask even this simple question. It is not ready to enforce freedom of expression at all. You can write anything, you can tell anything, even through the YouTube, but the people are not going to know your views. This is the stand of the Supreme Court of India. This condition imposes, or this condition induces the people to be corrupt. In fact, no man can be above corruption under these conditions. Naturally, Sasigala amassed huge wealth. She amassed huge wealth even after 1996. In fact, the wealth amassed by her after 1996 is more than the wealth amassed by her before 1996. Many ministers, many public servants, many judges, and many political leaders amass unlimited wealth. They amass this wealth mainly from the natural resources. Therefore, the act of sending Miss Sasigala is not constitutional. It is true that she was caught red-handed. It is true there are documentary evidences. If all others could amass wealth, Sasigala also could amass wealth. If Tata could amass wealth from the natural resources, Sekhar Reddy also could amass wealth through natural resources. If Tata could maintain a system in India, Sekhar Reddy also could maintain a system in Tamil Nadu. So, the corruption case against Ms. Sasigala places her in a position less favorable or than others in India. This does not mean that the disproportionate assets of Sasigala must be restored to her. This means the disproportionate assets of all individuals all over India must be recovered, and those of the Sasigala also must be recovered. Therefore, the act of sending Miss Sasigala to jail shocks the conscience of the right-thinking people because there is no freedom of expression in India. As there is no freedom of expression, as the Supreme Court of India wishes to enforce freedom of expression, it forfeits the right to send any economic offender to jail. Therefore, the Supreme Court of India must enforce freedom of expression before sending anyone to jail. Thank you.